This meeting of the mayor and the board of aldermen for the city of Cleveland is now in session. If you have any business before this board, please come forward and you will be heard.
Ted, will you open us with prayer?
Let us pray. Our dear Heavenly Father, we come this hour in the evening just to give thanks for the many blessings that have restored unto us. We thank you for this privilege and we thank you for this opportunity for allowing us to come together to discuss the business of the city. We pray that everything we do and say will be in your will. It is in Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Welcome to our visitors. Our first visitor is Emily Jones from Delta State, who we all know. Emily, come up and have a seat here and tell us your business.
My business is to say thank you.
Oh, okay. Well, you're welcome.
And to bring it to your attention that 100 years ago, as of September 30th, the city of Cleveland, the members of Cleveland got together and decided that they would work to bring a four-year college to Delta State, to Cleveland, that was eventually become Delta State. And that I just didn't want the bigness of that date to miss us by, just because it takes 3 more years for Delta State to come online.
24, wasn't it?
Right. 1924 is when we were officially signed into existence, and then 25 is when we had students. But we had to have y'all. We had to have the city of Cleveland on us. And at a meeting on
Billy was the only one here.
I vaguely remember.
it was kind of hard for me to figure out who exactly I would thank. So I thought I'd just start at the top.
Okay.
So, but yeah, in our pictorial history of Delta, we talk about it. So if you have not seen this book, it was written in the 80s by Jack Gunn and Gladys Castle. It is online at the archives website.
I've got it. I got my own copy.
Yes. We have a couple of copies. It is not in print any longer, but if you find one, you're kind of lucky. But in the very front of it, it says that on September 30th, 1922, the citizens of Cleveland at a public meeting of the Teachers Association declared that they would work together to bring a four-year college, to Cleveland.
That is so good. And thank you for bringing that to our attention.
Thank you. And you have just a little.
Yes.
Yeah.
Each one of y'all.
Nothing
Thank
that
you.
have to actually plant or eat or wear. Acorn, because little acorns might be oats grow.
Yep.
So thank you.
Thanks, Emily.
And we look forward to being a big part of it when that time gets here.
Hope so.
I know you'll have a big part in it, so we're here to do whatever it takes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Emily.
Look forward to working with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, I think all our folks have come in. Robert, I'm gonna turn the program over to you at this point, let you make a few comments.
Mayor, thank you. First of all, if Ms. Parks, if you would come forward and whoever else your designee is. Before I present this to you, I want to say to you, the mayor and the rest, come on. Beside me, I'm not gonna bite you.
Who they are.
Don't even look at it. The big man standing there. To the mayor who I presented this to, not at one time did you ask for this opportunity to be presented to you, but I just want to let you know, so often we as public servants, we do things for the public that goes unnoticed. But all the tangibles that you do, we didn't want you to feel as though it was going unnoticed here in the city of Cleveland. So I want you to look around that table and all these gentlemen had a part in this.
I would like each one of them to introduce.
Hey, lady.
Let them introduce themselves. Yeah, introduce.
Allow them to speak there.
I'm sorry, who?
Speak.
Go ahead.
Oh, you want me
Just say who, just give us your name.
Three parts.
Okay, Ms. Parks.
Spirit explosion.
Right.
I'm sorry.
And I'm an athlete from last year's World Champions.
Great.
My name is Natalia Williams.
Okay,
Anna Davis. I'm also an athlete from last year's.
great.
My name is Pierce Parks. I'm an athlete from last year world champs.
Thank you.
Maggie. I'm an athlete from last year. My name is Deja, and I'm also an athlete from last season.
I'm Tanaya. I'm also an athlete from last season.
And I'm Amy Malloy, and I was one of the coaches last season as well.
I know, Amy. Let's give her a round. I'm proud of it.
For everyone watching tonight, I won't read this entire resolution, but I want you to know on behalf of the city of Cleveland and our state mayor and the board of aldermen, we kind of present you with this resolution. It says, whereas moving to Cleveland in 1999 while attending Delta State, you earned a bachelor's in administration. Ms. Parks is a finance accountant payable officer for the for the United Endless Homeless Chief Physical Officer. In adult daycare, he got a lot of titles.
Yeah.
And the owner of Spirit Explosion, home of the CE All-Star. I'm waiting on that reality show too. She's also a member of the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, and her distinguished husband who sits back there, he's smiling and he loves every moment of this. Whereas Miss Parks is married to Chris Parks, and the couple have 2 beautiful daughters. And I want you to know, as you go into your adventures, I'm looking forward to this next opportunity. At this time, we honor you. We present you with this resolution on behalf of the mayor and the city board. And of course, my wife, who's back there, she just made it in. She wanted to make sure she was here.
Thank
So we just felt proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank y'all. Make us home another world championship.
Mr. Mayor,
Hey,
can I just make one comment? I just want to, what you getting, I think this is well deserved. They all get a picture.
y'all listen up. Brian got to say something.
I just want this, I just want to say this is well deserved. I know how hard you girls work and how much time these coaches spend with these
Sure.
girls. They're doing a really great job, and I'm glad to see them get this recognition. Thank y'all.
Thank y'all.
There you go. You get it?
Oh, please.
All right.
Mayor, hey. Wait till the mayor get in here.
Yeah.
Who's the shortest one over there?
Probably me.
Stand by you, Ms. Parks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Bring it over home.
How you doing?
Thanks, Emily.
Good job, Robert.
Thank you. Then, I apologize.
Ladies, unless y'all just want to waste some time, y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here, Amy.
See you, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
Hey, Chris. Okay, we'll go into public hearings.
Good evening. You got 2 sets of public hearings. The first, I'll read off the adjudication list for 21-1911. 1126 Johnson Avenue, Dontavius K. Jones. 524 South LaFleur, Darrell Hall. 201 South Davis Avenue, Turbo Restaurant Management LLC. 660 North Bio Avenue, Debbie D. Mabry. 1202 6th Avenue, Ann McFarland and Cindy M. Brown and Melanie Tackett. 920 North Sharp Avenue, W.B. Alexander et al. 406 South Victoria Avenue, Mary Allison Lord and Jeffrey Shane Griffin. 516 North Bio Avenue, Maria de Miranda. 713 Beach Street, James Estate, Hutton Administrator Becky Malcolm. They have requested a 30-day extension when you get to that. 400 Roosevelt Street, Jamal Robinson. 108 Washington Street, Louise Foster. South Crispin Avenue, identification number 33-28-690-00-00105, Wilbur, Washington. Delta Street, lot 53 to 54, Ajax Morris Jr. And finally, 1506 South Crispin Avenue, Marianne Brents. Of these, they would be in order to adjudicate, but I believe you probably have a recommendation from Mr. Trotter to extend one of those 30 days as Mark.
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Make
30-day extension.
the motion, we adjudicate those and give an extension to the one requested.
Counselor,
Which one?
1508 South Christmas, not 1506, not a problem, but.
Robert made the motion.
Second.
Ted second. All in favor, say aye.
What were the extensions?
Just 1713 Beach Street.
713 B.
I just didn't know if anybody was here.
You know, if I ever read them wrong, the written record.
The written record speaks for itself.
Which is a blessing. I probably do.
Thank you.
Okay, what else?
Next, and Mr. Trotter can speak to that. We have called for a public hearing. Ms. Shonda Williams, she submitted an application for a business located on East Carpenter Street. It would require a special exception to the M1 zoning district to allow her to put in an IV hydration business. I don't believe that they're here. Have there been any objections filed with the city? Is there anyone here to object before the city? Mr. Trotter, have you received any objections?
Yes, sir, I have not.
Okay, if you have any questions, you could address those to Mr. Trotter. Otherwise, they would be in order for the board to consider and approve.
Second.
Robert made the motion. Ed second, all in favor, say aye. Okay. Good luck. Good luck.
Thank you. I'm gonna come see you too.
Sounds great. We greatly appreciate you guys.
Thank
Thank you. I thought he was part of the good luck team with that.
Okay, we'll go to engineering, and is Josh with us?
No, sir. It's just me tonight. So I'm just gonna highlight a couple of the big projects. You know, the lagoons. We are finished out at the treatment plant with the lagoons and working on the spray fields right now. With Rosemary Road, we sent off all the documentation that we needed, and we were waiting on MDOT for further action on that. Baxter, I don't know why it keeps doing that. The Baxter water well project, they start drilling this week, and so we're making progress on that. And then also, if you've seen on Bishop Road, the Roy Collins Construction Company is replacing some panels on there, and we will be doing inspections in the winter. So that's the only updates I have on the projects. I'm also needing approval from the board to allow the mayor to execute the contracts for the sidewalk project that we bid out a little while ago.
Gary made the motion. Brian second, all in favor, say aye. Thank you. Okay, questions?
Yes, I have questions. Will you tell me where we with the Rosemary Road repairing and then the South Street, North Street project as it relates to those repairs?
Yes, ma'am. So with Rosemary Road, we are still waiting for MDOT. We sent off the PS&E assembly about a month, almost 3 weeks ago, and I'll talk to MDOT today, and I should hear something back Wednesday of moving forward. We should be able to bid that out this winter and start construction in the spring. And with North Street, we're still waiting to hear from MEMA with the funding of the second half, the second phase of the project from Highway 61 to the Gabion Ditch.
Okay, what about South Street?
South Street, you're talking about which project?
Repairs, yeah, just repairs of that street also. Because there we have a lot of ruts and all that on that street.
We could take a look at.
You may be asking about the south half of North Street. I think it's.
Okay.
I know what you're asking.
Did we lose Clinton?
He just keeps losing his.
Yeah.
Not sure why the camera does that. Or do you mean
I think,
South Street?
Zane, are you saying it's just a pavement issue on South Street?
Yes.
Yeah. Clinton, she just said it's a pavement.
Take a look at it.
Pavement issue on South Street.
I
But
can go look
North
at
Street
that.
is the drainage, North Street is the drainage project.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
correct. Yeah, I will go look at South Street as soon as we get done this meeting.
All right, thank you.
Let's take it there. Yes, ma'am.
Got a question?
Clint, I know you've started you've given notice to proceed at the Airport Grocery Road.
Yes, sir.
And you may have already done it, but we've got to get that copy that's delivered to Mr. Jones at Air Repair.
Correct. Yes, sir. We got the bonds in today, and so we're working on getting those contracts to get those to Pete.
Getting the what to him?
We got we're trying to get those contracts and everything to him. We just got the bonds in, and so we're putting those together to get to Pete.
Yeah, he makes his contribution when you give him notice that the contractor has started work out there.
Yes,
That's
sir.
what I don't know if you know what I'm talking, you know.
Yes, sir, I do. Yes, sir.
$39,000. If you would just
Yes,
follow
sir.
up with that, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir, will do.
Is Josh doing okay?
He is.
Little accident?
He got a cast on today and he'll be back tomorrow.
Broke his foot yesterday. I don't know how, but, okay, well, tell him, take care of himself.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, Danny?
Before you, you have approval of the consent agenda requiring a motion and second.
So move.
Second.
Ted, Gary, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, okay.
Now, you list below me executive session, but I don't believe those employee action recommendations will go there, but I do believe that there will be a issue of potential litigation that was requested when you get ready for that.
Okay.
We do need to go into executive session, for the employee action.
I think that was a personnel issue.
Okay,
Okay, yes.
so we have a couple of issues. Okay, Mr. Trotter?
Good evening, Mayor. I have anything planned here, I have anything for community development, you all need anything.
Y'all got any questions?
Does anything happen at the refuel site on North?
No contract yet. They sent bids out, but I guess they're waiting to receive bids.
Well, great. That's progress.
Okay, community development? None, okay. Okay, Anna, railroad?
I'm coming. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Hey. I'm good. You have my report. If you need anything, just let me know, but I'm good.
Well, you need to share your news, Anna.
The Railroad Museum was voted the #1 museum in the Delta for the Delta Business Journal. Thank you.
And Anna was selected as, I don't remember the terminology, but one of the top
Curator.
young professionals, something
Under
Yeah.
40 or
under 40 in the Delta. So,
Yes.
yes. So congratulations to both.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Your mother-in-law would be proud of you.
Yeah, well, at least we know how old you're not.
Look, I told my mom, I said, I'm more like middle-aged professional compared to some of those people. So I was happy.
We're proud of you.
Thank you, Anna.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good job.
Okay. Chief?
Y'all have my update, getting ready for Oktoberfest,
Yeah,
clicking along.
yeah. I have on my, about approval for the purchase, so.
Yes. Approval of the purchase of the.
Retired.
Chief, yeah.
Historically, that's what we do. Robert, you make the motion. Kirk, you second. All in favor, say aye. Okay,
Mr. Mayor.
yes.
I've been getting a few complaints about kids riding four-wheelers up and down the streets. Can we,
On College,
around that neighborhood, yeah.
they're open afternoons. I'm getting reports that they're happening after around 5 o'clock. So there are officers on College.
Okay.
And these grain trucks going through town at 60 miles an hour. It's gonna be really dangerous. Okay,
Chief,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
know you mentioned something about starting the group, the awareness group. When do you plan to start that?
Let me get through Oktoberfest
Okay,
and I'm ready.
all
Just,
right,
all I ask is give me a list of names and we'll set up a meeting.
all right, wonderful. Look
Man,
forward to working with you.
And I'll tell you what, I had a chance, he came over the other day and I had him to be introduced to a lot of my constituents over that way. And I would like for each one of us, if we have the time, to introduce our new chief to our constituents.
okay. All right, Greg?
We got Fire Prevention Month is October, so I've been passing out fire hats and badges and all that stuff to all the schools, getting ready for next week. So I'll be in the schools all next week. But I don't have any other updates other than the approval of the bid for the concrete. This should finish that project. We've been working on this for several years, a little bit at a time. And this should make the ends of the roads meet. And so we should be done with that after this particular pour. So I'd like to request permission to go ahead and proceed with that.
So moved.
Ryan made a motion. Danny second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Mr. Mayor,
yes.
in the consent agenda, there was a proclamation declaring October Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Greg, if you don't mind, would you touch on the pink helmet campaign the fire department always does every October?
Yes, sir. What you'll notice is when you see the firemen out in their turnout gear at a scene, a lot of them have pink helmets on, and this is to raise money for a course for breast cancer awareness for October. And they have to raise $100, or they have to purchase that helmet. And that way each fireman can wear those. And we have quite a few of our men that are wearing those very proudly. And they raise a very good bit of money for breast cancer awareness. So that's the reason you'll see the helmets a little bit different color. But we just want to show that support to these organizations. And these guys they're really good about stepping up and doing things like that. Very.
Who do you go to make a donation?
That would be Parker Noblin, or you can come see me and I can connect you with someone else there. But Parker Noblin is taking that over on that particular part of the department.
Greg, how many schools will you actually be going to this month? It's getting bigger and bigger, I know.
Well, we started out with just 7 schools. We do 4K through 2nd grade, but now I've grown to the Head Starts in town. I've gone to Delta State. I'm doing story hour at the library, and numerous speaking engagements with civic organizations and all. So it's just wherever they call and need, and it just it's grown quite a bit.
It has.
Yes.
And you're helping it grow, and we appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's one of my favorite parts of this job is to talk to those kids. It never gets old.
That's good.
They don't talk back. Okay, thank you for all your work.
Yes, sir.
All right, Jamie, Animal Shelter.
Good evening. I'm not sure if y'all got my report. I turned it in a little bit late this last week, but we had a record-breaking month, and not in the positive way, but we took in 112 animals this past month, and that's the worst September I think we've ever had. It goes back to housing issues. A lot of people are having to surrender their animals, but we are picking back up with some of our rescues. We're starting to see a little light at the end of the tunnel. We, I think in the next 60 to 90 days, they'll be done with the front lobby. We are down with our internet and our phone right now. So I have linked my work phone on the shelter page so people can get through to us. And, we keep that all day long, and people are still able to get us on the Facebook page. It's a little inconvenient. We're trying to make it work. I've been coming home to do my reports and things because I have internet here and not at work, but we're getting it done. And my new employees are doing a really great job. We had a huge turnover, but they're really pulling their weight. We're still down about 2 employees, but they're doing a great job. The new ACO got out there and they caught a pig this past month. So that was a first too, in the city limits.
Did you rehome it?
No, it got picked up by its owner and taken back to Clarksdale where it actually lived. But that was a first. If y'all happen to see that go around, it did get picked up. It didn't wander the streets for long.
Right. So we're going to discuss the animal shelter renovation change at this point.
Yeah. Change order.
Change order.
Meeting will end in 10 minutes.
I saw that.
Yes, the change order for the animal shelter.
Yes, sir.
We just have a change order request on the animal shelter that I think it was because of the mold and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I make a motion, we approve it so they can get through with this thing.
Change order 4 or PCO 19. You're going to do with the change order?
Yes.
Okay.
Second. Gary made the motion. Ted second. All in favor, say aye. Anything else on that?
That's it.
Okay, thank you, Jamie.
Thank you.
Hunter?
How y'all doing? Y'all have my monthly report. The only thing I have is just bear with us as we keep up with these water leaks with these contractors in town. Other than that, everything's good over here.
They're getting pretty good at cutting those lines, aren't they?
Oh, that, on Friday afternoon.
Yeah. Well, thank you for all the hard work y'all are doing.
Thanks,
Mayor, is that something we need to address or discuss? I know we talked about it several months back about some contractors coming
We
in.
met with the group last week.
Yeah, okay. And that's getting to be a problem with C-Spire, I think.
It is. That Hunter and I, we had that discussion this morning, and if it continues at that pace, we'll definitely have to get with them.
Did we approve that policy?
I thought we did. Did we not, Mr.
I
Trotter?
don't know that we approved it or it was proposed.
We approved it.
Okay.
And we sent it out, and that's why we met.
I know Atmos, I know Atmos got a little
Do they pay,
testy over it.
do they put up a bond?
They didn't, they're supposed to be getting back with us. They hadn't given us their answer yet.
Get with
He
me.
mailed his bond.
Okay.
It's really an easy thing to do to put up a little bond.
They figured $50 was cheaper, huh?
That's right. Emailed it today.
Billy, get with me after the meeting, maybe get with me tomorrow. We might work on that with C-Spire, the ones that have a franchise agreement may be able to amend what we have in place and reword it as a deposit as opposed to a permit. That way you at least get some money put up so that if there's damages in place that they don't repair, then we'll have some money in place to cover that. Because the franchise agreement prevents them from paying a permit, but I don't think it's going to prevent them from putting up a deposit.
That's right.
So,
Because they got to pay damages. So
that's right. It would cover in case of damages. And then if there's not any damages, we could refund the deposit.
that'll work. We can go.
Okay, everybody okay? All right, Steve-O?
Good afternoon, everyone. I don't have anything outside my report unless y'all have something for me.
Okay, Steve-O has really been hitting the ground running too. We getting ready for Oktoberfest, and Monday after Oktoberfest, we'll start on 50 Nights of Lights.
I'll be busy.
We hope this grass gets cooling up, this grass quit growing where we.
The grass is
Hey.
helping out right now.
I think it's stopped.
Never
It's
say
dying.
that.
It's dying right now because it ain't no rain.
Right. Questions of Steve-O? Okay, Clint?
Good evening, Mayor. I think I've only got one thing on the agenda for tonight, and that's approval of a pay request for barge designs, and that's for the runway lighting project.
Okay, Kirk made a motion.
Second.
Gary second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Questions? Okay, Jason?
How are y'all? The only thing I have outside of my report is to approve the lowest and the best bid for the grass spraying for our parks for the year.
Okay, Robert, Ted, all in favor, say aye. Okay, your soccer, that was a big group here, what, a couple of weeks ago?
We had a soccer tournament on September 10th. We had 14 teams participate in that event. And I just talked to CYSA yesterday or this weekend. We plan on hosting another event, I believe the first weekend in November. So that would be our third one to host this year.
Man,
yes,
I had the privilege of going to the soccer field to see a grandchild.
It is the
nicest.
It's awesome.
And it's set up, it's spacious, plenty of room.
Yeah.
And the young ladies that were, I guess, referees, umpires, they were doing a great job. Real sweet with the children.
Jason, I got a call last week that somebody was parking an 18-wheeler there at night.
Oh,
on the corner. Yeah.
You know, I've seen somebody during the day. I spoke with him and asked him to move it, but I did not know somebody was parking at night over there.
Somebody called me up. I forgot who it was.
Maybe want to let Dudley know about that.
I think it possibly might be the guy that lives in that house around the corner.
It is. It is.
Where is that?
But we don't need heavy trucks out there on that road. One time.
I've only seen it out there one time during the day, and I asked him to move it.
All right.
By the way, too, Jason, we got a nice bit of money from Mr. Alan Fiducia, who donated a good bit of that land here recently, and he sent me a really nice email about how proud he was of being able to help Cleveland like that.
Yeah.
How proud he was of, Jason sent him some pictures and
Oh, it's beautiful.
his family's very happy that they were able to help us with that.
Just
Speaking of facilities, we've also updated the fencing at Bear Pen and Fireman's Tennis Courts as well, if y'all have seen that.
Right.
Looking good.
how many acres out there? Just
70 some odd, 75 maybe. Yeah,
it's really nice.
yeah.
Mayor, can we, just one last thing, Ted and I talked about the time element parks. I told you time is going back.
Yeah. What is our rule for 9?
Right now, 9 o'clock. Yes.
Yeah, that's late. That's gonna be, it get dark, it's getting dark early now, so.
Close it.
That's what I'm saying.
Nothing good happened.
You need the time posted.
Okay, on daylight saving time's changing forever next year, so.
I think once
We're
the
not
time
going
changed,
back
I
to
think we
regular
went
time
and changed them all to 8 o'clock last
They're
year.
gonna be permanent, man.
No, just doing.
And then next.
So you changed it, Jason?
What you want to do?
Last year, we changed it, when the time changed, we changed it to 8, and then when the
Okay.
time changed back, we switched it back to
And-
9. So I think
Let's go to 8.
That's fine.
Let me
we
say
have
this.
some signs that say 8 o'clock as well.
Yeah, the reason for the request is so that the officers can help out in making sure that it's being enforced. Otherwise, if they don't see a signage, then they can't enforce something they don't have.
All right.
Jason, I just forgot this as all this other came up. The back gate back there, when you're in the park and you go to the left, if you're in a pickup truck particularly, you can go down and come out.
Driving through the ditch.
They're driving through the ditch, get out.
Yes, sir.
You may want to take a look at it.
I was looking at that,
West end,
and
yeah.
I don't know. I figured if I kind of shut that off, they would just keep going down the ditch. I don't know.
Yeah.
People out there with a backhoe.
Yeah, I just wonder if you had some poles and concrete or something there where they,
A nice ditch will secure the problem.
or really a little deeper ditch or something. I just noticed
Now,
prominent
was that
thing.
ditch ours or was that
Yes.
county?
It stopped.
I would get a backhoe or something and dig that thing
Yeah,
out.
just dig it out.
Next guy that goes in there
As a surprise.
says, oh my God, I
It'll
can't.
be a monument.
I can get
Like
a
a
quote
tank
on
hitting
that.
Okay, if you will, take a look and do something on that.
I can get a
I
quote on
like to
that.
sit here that
Okay.
question when they.
Okay. All right. Any other questions?
Oh.
Okay. Michelle?
Okay, I have a few things for you tonight. The first item is to, like we did last year, we're requesting to exempt certain vendors from our purchase order process. And this is as a result of what the auditors found in that finding from 2020. And we just have to request this exemption on an annual basis.
That's so moved.
Okay, Danny, Brian, all in favor, say aye. Okay.
Okay, the second item is I need to request the approval of the designation of myself as the applicant agent for the MEMA application.
So